Mr. Holster here, back with something I'm really excited about. Very interesting product I've found that I think is just going to be fantastic for carrying a backup sidearm. And I want to show it to you. First off, it's from Texas. Yeah. And there is no West Texas dust on this, by the way. It's from Abilene, Texas, a company called JM4 Tactical LLC. And I'll put all the information you need to find this right down below, because you're going to want to check this out, I think. It's a fantastic product. And what it is, here, I'll let you see the... I'll let you see the information there. Fantastic product. It's called the Quick Click and Carry holster. And first off, to start with, it is made out of Herman oak leather, two thin pieces of Herman oak leather sewn together, which is the best quality vegetable tan leather on the market. And you want to make sure, I've talked about this in the past, you want to make sure your holsters, wherever you're acquiring them, are using vegetable tan leather, because otherwise you get chrome tanned or salt tanned. It's going to pretty much destroy your firearm, just eat it alive. This is the good stuff, the best quality available, and the stitching on it, there isn't a loose thread. This is really a clean, nice, neat job on the stitching, which is one of my pet peeves. If you watch my channel, you know when I was a kid, my mother had a furniture store and I had to do the repairs that came in, so I've become really attuned to when somebody does sloppy, crappy work to not keep my mouth shut about it. Because I had enough stuff come in that I had to fix that, yeah, if you're going to build something, do it right, and they're doing this right. This is nicely made, an eye for detail. They've done this absolutely flawlessly. And now this is available in a lot of different colors. So you can get this in black, and I think there's 6 different colors. I asked them for the tan, the natural, because it's going to show the use more. It's really going to show me and show you that it's getting used, because I want to put this through the ringer and actually use this thing and report back to you. But I think right off the bat, it's just very nicely done and well thought out. And let me show you what really attracted me to this. Now, this is an inside the waistband holster. It also has a couple other uses. We'll talk about that shortly. But one of the pet peeves I have, or at least it's a problem for me on inside the waistband holsters, is the clips. They don't seem to stay attached for me. Unless I get one that's got, and even the snaps, but unless I get one that's a leather clip, part of the holster that snaps onto my belt, it doesn't seem to stay in place for me. And yeah, those are the hardest ones to put on. The ones that are the easiest are the metal clips or a plastic clip, and I just have no success with those staying over my belt. They seem to pop on my belt, and then the holster just works its way loose. So we're going to try this out and see how it works for us. But beyond that, it's got a couple other applications specific to this that are just outstanding. One being, it can be used if you're a professional and you wear a vest every day. It can be used on your vest as a backup, and it also can be attached on any metal surface. And the reason is, here's the clip and how it works. It works with 2 very strong magnets inside of the leather. So that'll retain even through your pants, and I'll show you a clip of that with this on in a bit here. But also, it'll stay attached on metal. even through this canvas rubber coated Glock Perfection sign. It stays on, which if you have, let's say you have to take your firearm off to go in a courthouse, you can take this off easily just by popping that, pulling it out of your pants. And if you've got a lockbox, which if you don't, you should put a metal lockbox in your car so you can lock up a firearm in that instance. If you have a metal lockbox in your car, you can put it in the metal lockbox and it's going to stay attached. So if you have it in there and don't have the ability to put it back on before you're driving down the road again, it's secured in your metal lockbox. It's not going anywhere. And of course, in my use, what I'm planning on doing with this is I'm planning on using this when I'm bobcatting, so I can take it off and put it on the bobcat right under the seat between my legs. We're going to try that and see how it works, and I think it's going to work quite well. I really do. But just a very, very nicely made holster. Now let's go to some footage. I'm going to put the gun that I'm going to use in this. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it, because this holster is not wet molded to the gun, and it doesn't need to be because of the nature of the leather. You really just need to shove it in there and it's going to conform itself to the firearm. But you know, Mr. Holster, he's a little, I'll say it, obsessive compulsive when it comes to his holsters and how the guns fit. So we're going to fit this. Now here's the deal on this. They use this nice leather, bind it together and stitch it together, but you'll notice it's not molded to the firearm. So that's what we're going to do right now, is we're going to kind of get this set up for this Sig P250. And you notice one of the things I really dislike about this gun for my usage, there's nothing wrong with having this, but this Picatinny rail on there, I have no use for it, so it kind of becomes an annoyance. But what we're going to do here is we're going to take a little blue painter's tape and we're going to put it over this corner sharped edge on this firearm on the Picatinny rail real quick. Just kind of tape that up, and what that's going to do is it's going to kind of smooth that out a little bit. Then we're going to take the saran wrap that I'm so fond of using for this, and we're going to wrap this gun up. Now we're going to take it and insert it in there. And you can see how it's molding that leather as soon as it goes in there. Now all that's left to do for this is to just give it a few days to sit like that and stretch the leather out. That's all there is to it. If you want to speed up the process, you can just run your hands over the edges and help it conform. And of course, once you start using this and wearing it inside the waistband, it's going to take on the shape of the firearm, especially if you live in a warmer climate, quite rapidly. Conform right around it and shape itself to it. Here it is inside my waistband, and there it is, secured to the pants by that magnet. To take it off, you just lift that up and out it comes. And here's the other thing. is it gives you this retention on the firearm. Now remember, this is wrapped in plastic, but still, look at the retention. Even with it wrapped in plastic, you would think it would just slide right out, and it doesn't. And the reason is, well, the magnet. You've got these two magnets, and they set themselves on that metal slide, and it gives you just this fantastic retention in the holster, so that the holster doesn't have to be wet molded to it to fit it just perfectly. Of course, I think in no time at all of wearing this, you're going to see this mold itself around this gun, and it's going to be a fantastic holster. After all these years of buying holsters and being disappointed so many times, and of course I tell that story over and over again about when I was working and chasing somebody, and the holster coming, or the gun coming out of the holster, and the holster being a Bianchi that was made specifically for that firearm with a snap retention, and it still came out during that chase. And that's what got me on this, I'm going to say it, being so fixated on having a holster that has very good retention qualities. And this is fantastic because of the magnets again. You get so many benefits from this clip system and the two magnets. I think this is going to be just a fantastic, fantastic holster. I can't wait to use it and really get a feel for it, but I'm going to give it a few days to kind of mold. Maybe a day or two of sitting so it kind of stretches out and molds around this gun before I start carrying it. But I think this is going to be an absolutely fantastic, fantastic holster. I'm very, very impressed with this product. And we'll try it here, see how it works. This don't really have a particularly good flat spot for it, but holds it just fine, even with the gun in there. Very impressed so far by that, and I can't wait to come back and tell you how it works after I've used it for a little while. Get it in real usage for a long enough period so I can tell you. And again, this is why I bought the tan. You're going to be able to see it whether I'm fibbing or not. Because I'm pretty sure if I use that, knowing me, it's gonna show the usage real quick. So there you go, guys. There's a new product that I'm very, very impressed with. The J4 Tactical Quick Click and Carry Holster. You can check it out at that website down below. Thanks for tuning in. Till next time, for Mr. Holster and Jack, go out and stay safe.